Ask the average family what it costs to walk through the gates of Walt Disney World, and you'll hear a terrifying number, $10,000. But that five-figure price tag hides a massive assumption. It blends the actual admission cost of the park with luxury conveniences disguised as mandatory requirements. The challenge is figuring out exactly which expenses are required to step foot inside and which ones are just highly negotiable logistics. By stripping away those hidden premiums, a family of four can cut their bill in half, all while experiencing the exact same rides and shows. The parades, roller coasters, and fireworks over Cinderella Castle are paid for the second you buy a base ticket. Everything else is an optional upgrade. To engineer a trip that actually fits your bank account, you have to break the vacation down into exactly 5 cost buckets. The first two are your park tickets and your travel to Orlando. These are fixed realities. You could hunt for marginal discounts, but the price floor is rigid. The remaining 3 buckets are your hotel, your daily dining, and the extras. These 3 categories are completely negotiable. They are also where the average family bleeds thousands of dollars without realizing it. This chart shows the reality of Disney pricing. Baseline admission is just a fraction of the total. The massive block represents what people pay for convenience. Break that block apart and we see where inflation happens: the resort, restaurants, and add-ons. You have to accept the cost of the ticket to play the game. Accepting the logistical markups is entirely up to you. Let's look at the single largest variable in your budget: where you sleep. The default tourist assumption is that you must stay on property at a Disney-owned resort. Those rooms routinely run between $300 and $700 per night. The strategic alternative is booking an off-property hotel a mile down the road. Those rooms sit between $70 and $150 a night. For a 7-day trip, choosing the off-property route saves a family up to $1,400, often with the added benefit of a larger suite and a kitchen. The trade-off is giving up the total immersion of the Disney bubble and losing access to their frictionless transportation network of buses, boats, and monorails. Looking at our matrix, this single decision drops between $700 and $1,400 directly back into your pocket. Paying for a premium Disney resort is a geography tax. You are buying proximity to the parks, not a better experience inside them. The second quiet budget killer is your daily food spend. Most visitors default to booking sit-down, table service meals, and character breakfasts every day. This habit drives food costs to roughly $150 per adult. The Optimizer's route relies on ordering groceries to the hotel for breakfast, using the app to mobile order counter service lunches, and limiting the sit-down dinners to 1 major splurge per trip. This approach drops the daily food spend down to $35 an adult. For a family of 4, that represents a $400 savings every single day. To secure that savings, you have to be willing to skip the daily character dining interactions and put 5 minutes of effort into pouring your own cereal in the morning. Returning to our matrix, we see the strategic choice slashes the daily food budget from $600 a family down to $140. Dining at Disney forces a strict choice. You either fund the restaurant markups or keep that cash to fund an entirely separate family vacation next year. The final category is the extras, specifically the paid line-skipping systems and the merchandise. Buying the Genie Plus line-skipping pass for every member of the family every single day, combined with uncontrolled impulse shopping in the parks, easily adds hundreds to the final bill. The alternative is utilizing the rope drop strategy, arriving 45 minutes before the park officially opens to ride the headliners with zero wait, and setting a strict souvenir budget before you leave home. Sticking to this discipline recovers up to $300 in line fees and eliminates the financial trap of exit shop impulse buying. The cost here is physical. You have to sacrifice sleeping in and be prepared to move quickly during the first 2 hours of the morning. Look at the final matrix. When we tally the savings across the hotel, the food, and the extras, we've successfully cut the total trip budget in half. Buying convenience acts as a tax on a lack of preparation. A prepared family simply pays with strategy instead of cash. The math is clear, but the right answer depends entirely on your family's specific stamina. This quadrant maps the trade-off. The horizontal axis measures effort. The vertical measures financial savings. Top right is the strategic budget path. If your group has high energy, wakes early, and only uses the hotel to sleep, you belong here. Bottom left is the convenience premium path. If you are traveling with easily exhausted toddlers who require midday naps, paying extra for the monorail and the frictionless transport is a highly justified expense to save your sanity. However, there is one strict rule. You should never go into credit card debt to fund optional logistical upgrades. For those rigid baseline costs, like park tickets, use authorized third-party discounters to squeeze out whatever marginal savings exist. You are entirely in control of the Disney Premium. Engineering a trip that aligns with your financial reality, rather than accepting the internet's default luxury standard, is exactly how you protect the magic.